Hello everyone, welcome back. It's Ichu and One. I'm back with another video today. Today I'm going to be making my predictions for the men's Royal Rumble match. We're going to be talking about a bunch of important things, such as who the winner is, of course, right? What championship that winner is going to go for, the few possible, because there's more than one person who has a chance at winning, of course, right? There's 30 people in the Rumble match, and of those we have about 5 or 10 realistic winners. We've got a few dark horses. We've got a bunch of storylines to be made. We're going to be talking about who eliminates who to cause what storyline. We're going to be talking about who is the first entrant, who's the second entrant, and stuff. What significance is at play? Normally, if you're entering first, you have somewhat significance in the match. Look at the 2024 Royal Rumble. It was Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso, right? They had a WrestleMania match. If we look at number one in the 2020 Royal Rumble, it was Brock Lesnar, and in 2020 he was beating up everybody. He got them all out of the ring until Drew McIntyre came and eliminated him. That led to a WrestleMania match. We look at 2016. Roman Reigns entered the Royal Rumble number one, and he was the champion. So you see, number one plays a specific role here. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about who I think could be the final 4 or 5 people. We're going to talk about some of the returns. Yeah, this Royal Rumble is definitely the home of returns, so we haven't had some insane return for a bit. Um, but this Rumble has potential, just even without returns, to be a very good one. So there's that, and then there's also just overall talk about how the match is gonna go. We're gonna just talk about maybe who number 30 is, and make our prediction. How does this affect the Elimination Chamber? How does this affect WrestleMania? So let's go ahead and get started with this. So first of all, over here we got Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes for the Royal Rumble. They have a ladder match here, and I believe it's just going to be this match. Then there's going to be of course, Women's Royal Rumble, Men's Royal Rumble, and one more match. I'm not sure exactly what match that is, but the reason I'm talking about the Men's Royal Rumble here is because we've already had a bunch of people declare for the Royal Rumble. I don't think we have a single women's wrestler declare for the Rumble yet, but we have here like a whole lot of storylines that can unfold with the men's Royal Rumble. So I'm gonna talk about that here in this video. That's what it's all about. All right. So first of all, at number one, it's got to be someone relevant. It's not going to be someone irrelevant. It's going to be someone who's got somewhat of a storyline going on, or someone who is going to be there to like be a dark horse in the match, a workhorse in the match, someone who's going to have a significant role in the match or the events that take place after the match. Look at last year, Jey Uso was number one and Jimmy Uso was number one. It's one of the two brothers, right? They eventually got the WrestleMania match. So you see, that's what I'm trying to say here. If you're entering number one at a Royal Rumble, you're not just going to be some NPC. You're going to be somewhat important guy who's got somewhat of a important role. So, out of all the people we have right now for the Royal Rumble, I think there's Drew McIntyre, there's CM Punk, there's John Cena, there's Roman Reigns, and there's Seth Rollins. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like one of those five could be the number one, the first entrant in the Royal Rumble. Um, if I'm being honest, I think I could definitely see someone like Seth Rollins be that workhorse. Especially considering if CM Punk wins this, Rollins being number one and being the runner-up, that's an insane you know, like for that's an insane fuel for Rollins to like fully go heel now, because I don't think CM Punk is gonna turn heel in this feud, and of course we know it's gonna go to WrestleMania. So Rollins and Punk, that could work. Honestly speaking, Rollins versus Punk at Mania, something, or maybe let's just say neither one of them win. They both eliminate each other. That can happen too, right? And that's gonna lead some fuel now, because obviously we know both of them want the world championship, but none of them get it because of each other. That's something for sure to look at. So I don't think CM Punk is going to wrestle a whole 1 hour match. I can see Rollins do it. I can see McIntyre do it. John Cena's probably, they're not going to let John Cena wrestle an hour match because of the fact that obviously the guy's older. Roman, I don't think he's honestly the type of guy who would wrestle the whole 1 hour match. It's not, I mean, he just did at War Games, and so did CM Punk. But the problem, well, they didn't exactly wrestle the whole 1 hour, but the problem here is Roman is the type of guy who you want to show up late. You want to, similar to 2017 Royal Rumble. I actually went there in person, San Antonio, Texas. We had, I believe, like number. So the Rumble, it was like you got a bunch of guys in the ring here, but starting from number 25 through number 30, you got Brock Lesnar, Goldberg, Undertaker, Roman Reigns, and those were like the four important guys, right? The other dude was Enzo Amore, I'm pretty sure, but four important guys who could win the Royal Rumble. Randy Orton too. I think Randy Orton's like in the 20s as well. So all those guys who are gonna make this big impact in the match, like the whole match just shifts. They're normally coming towards the end, right? The reason I say McIntyre and Rollins could be number one is because they are the type of workhorses, right? They kind of have that, especially Rollins because he's a face as of right now. They've kind of got this motivation to prove to everyone that they can win starting from number one. And I don't really know if that's going to happen or not. But someone relevant is going to be number one. But what I'm saying is Roman, Cena, Punk, I feel like all three of them are going to enter towards the ending of the match, and it's going to shake things up like crazy. We're going to have like an insane match going on, and then you hear John Cena's theme song hit, bro. That's the roof off that stadium, bro. It is like flying off Indianapolis. I don't know how the crowd is, but if John Cena enters at number 30, bro, like the 2008 Rumble, I'm telling you, bro, that roof is going to come off with how loud it's going to be, bro. So that's what I'm saying. Obviously, we don't, but then again, we know Cena's going to be in the Rumble already, so it's not going to be a surprise. But still, when you see someone of that caliber enter the match, you already know the whole trajectory of the match has just changed. It's like something is about to go down. If Roman comes at number 30, or, Roman, Cena, Punk, they're all going to come late. I feel like Rollins, even McIntyre, honestly speaking, Rollins is just that workhorse. Like, I feel like he's not going to be a later entry, though I feel like that would be better for him. I don't think he's a serious contender to win the Rumble, though. I feel like he's going to be one of the final people, one of the final four. I just don't think he's a serious contender to win. I feel like you got to put him. You got to definitely consider the fact that he could be there, especially, especially if let's go ahead and say WWE decides to, you know, go ahead and just push Gunther to the side, and at Elimination Chamber, Punk and Gunther have a match, and Punk wins. Rollins has already won the Rumble. The CM Punk versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now you can give CM Punk the WrestleMania main event that he's already won. He's been wanting since 2013. And at the same time, you also give him a championship. Because here's the thing. A non-championship feud in the main event of night one. So what's main eventing night two? If it's Rock versus Roman, that's another non-championship feud. Two non-championship matches main eventing. I don't think that's gonna be possible, and I also don't think that The Rock of all people is gonna be willing to take a back seat and not main event the show. Of course, it would. That's the thing. It's Here's what I'm thinking here. Rollins and Punk is it main eventing? I mean, it's obviously happening, but is it gonna be the main event? I don't know. And Rock versus Roman, if it happens, is that going to be the main event? Definitely. There's no way The Rock is on the show now with The Rock having control of everything. There's no way he doesn't give himself the main event here, especially add on to the fact that this match is so big, it cannot open out the show. It must close it out. And so whoever Cody faces, I mean, unless Cody's facing John Cena, unless Cody's facing someone big, there's no chance for him to be in the main event. Because think about it, is CM Punk gonna wait one more year to like I mean it should have been 2024 where he won the Rumble and he went over to face Rollins in the main event. That would have been so much easier. But then CM Punk got injured, then The Rock got in the mix, then we had the tag team match, right? So now, here's the thing: is CM Punk going to be willing to take the back seat one more year? Is The Rock going to be willing to take the back seat here? Is The Rock even going to be at WrestleMania? There's so many things that we got to consider here before we consider who the winner of the Rumble is going to be. But yeah, I mean, I'm personally thinking that if we look at this, Rollins is when we say Rollins wins the Rumble, he's obviously we know he's facing Punk at WrestleMania. There's no doubt about that. So that throws us into a big loophole with the whole main event stuff, with the whole The Rock, all this stuff, right? So we can kind of put away Rollins here and also Punk as they're not winning. They will be there to definitely, obviously be in the final four. Maybe they're gonna make some impact, but they're not gonna win. So give me a second. All right, I'm back. So yeah, Rollins and Punk are gonna be there. They're gonna be probably in the final four. They're gonna be like the almost winners, but I personally don't see either one of them winning because of the loophole it throws us into. Uh, Rollins and Punk, I'm not sure if they get the title or if they don't get the title in the feud. because what does that mean for Gunther? There's so much stuff there that's a big loophole, and that's why I'm thinking neither one of them wins the Royal Rumble. That leaves us with John Cena, leaves us with Roman Reigns. Between the two of them, I think either one could win the Rumble, but neither one will. All right, I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like either one of them could win, none of them will. We've got obviously Roman Reigns here. He's declaring for the Rumble. The last time he wrestled in a Royal Rumble match was in 2020. It's been 5 years. So this is big. This is very important. That's why Roman Reigns is either going to be first place or he's going to be second place. There's no third, fourth, fifth. No, he's either going to be the winner or he's the runner up. Like, here's the thing. I think if The Rock feuds with Roman Reigns, The Rock is he's working WrestleMania and he's going to fight Roman Reigns. Like, if that is a done deal, I feel like knowing that The Rock has creative control here, he could just go and add himself into the match and kick out Roman Reigns from the match and be the winner. The fans are going to be pissed. Like, I'm telling you, if you thought last year was bad with the We Want Cody stuff, this is going to be the worst fan reaction in history. Nobody wants to see The Rock win a Royal Rumble, especially especially when you consider how many people should have won the Royal Rumble and didn't get to win it, right? Now everybody, sorry about that. And so everybody's like, they all take the back seat because The Rock wants to wrestle for the championship at WrestleMania. No one wants to see The Rock win a championship. No one wants to see The Rock wrestle for a championship. We got to establish that fact. Rock is past his prime. Rock is in his 50s now. He's only there to finish the stories that um, he has left us with. You cannot not finish the stories. So obviously, we're gonna want to see The Rock here, but no one really wants to see The Rock win a championship. As much as I like The Rock, if he does something like this, everybody is going to boo him out of there. You saw Hulk Hogan get booed on Raw. Rock is going to get booed even more than him. So that's what I'm saying. Just you can't have The Rock win this, but that's Rock might be at the event though. He might come out, and you know how in 2015 he helps Roman Reigns win. This time he does the exact opposite. He thinks we start thinking that he's helping out Roman here, but then no, he throws Roman out, and then that leaves you with like maybe two more guys or something, and then one of them might be John Cena, one of them might be. So that's why maybe Roman could be third place if we consider that. One of them might be John Cena, one of them might be whoever, right? But Roman, there's no way Roman doesn't win. If he doesn't win, it's because he's a runner-up and lost to someone fair and square, or this thing happens where The Rock kind of comes out there and screws him over. I don't think there's a chance that Roman doesn't win unless one of the two things happen. Either he's going to be the runner-up, or The Rock is going to, throw him out the ring and boom, just like that. The Rock is working WrestleMania. That confirms it. That confirms that Roman and Rock is happening at Mania. That also confirms that they're probably getting the main event. So night two main event as well. When you think about that. That is not confirmed that Roman's getting the title back or Rock is getting the title. Roman winning a title would be fine. Rock winning a title would not be fine. So that's what I'm saying. If Roman wins the title from Cody and then, goes over to Mania and fights Rock for the title, it's not Roman. If Roman still had the championship and he faced Rock for the championship last year and won, everybody would be cool with that. But uh, this it just can't happen this year because everyone's gonna be like, y'all just pulled a CM Punk on Cody basically. This is exactly what happened to CM Punk back in 2013. That's what y'all doing to Cody now. I don't think the fans are gonna like that either, and they're gonna boo Roman as Roman's a face champion at this time if he does do this right. They're gonna start booing Roman. No one wants to see Roman get booed. We all love Roman, but because of this creative decision that they are possibly leaning towards here. Hopefully not. They're gonna risk getting Roman hated as a good guy. We love him as a bad guy. We hated him as a good guy. Not me. I love Roman as good guy and bad guy, right? But most of the fans they were booing him as a good guy. So now I'm gonna talk about another. But so let's talk about John Cena. Then we're gonna talk about the few dark horses here. But for John Cena, honestly speaking, if he wins, I think he should go for Gunther, not for Cody. I hear everyone wants John Cena to win. I don't think it's gonna happen. I feel like we're gonna be so close to it, but then at the end someone throws him out the ring and boom, John Cena loses, and he's gonna. I feel like he'll win the Chamber at this point, but I don't think he's gonna win the Royal Rumble. I feel like John Cena's just not the type of guy who's gonna get in that position. And here's the thing: an Elimination Chamber win doesn't really elevate someone's career as much as a Royal Rumble win does. So if John Cena wins the Royal Rumble, he's already an established star. He's on his way out. We want to see him win the championship, but John Cena's a guy who's going to think about business wise. Who could this benefit more than this could benefit me? Like, if winning the Royal Rumble, who else would this benefit? If there's nobody to be benefited, if you throw out names like Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, if you throw out names who are already established stars themselves, then yes, John Cena could be like, you know what? All right, fine. I'll go out there and I'll win the Rumble. But if he feels like there's someone out there who could win the Rumble and benefit more, who they're saying either it's you or it's this guy, then Cena's like, well, this guy right here. Why not let him win the Rumble and I win the Chamber rather than let me win the Rumble and him win the Chamber? Because this guy could benefit from winning the Royal Rumble. His career could benefit from winning the Royal Rumble a lot more than I could, right? So I feel like John Cena would do something like that, and that's why he's not going to win, but he's going to win the Chamber hopefully. Um, he is advertised to be there, so why would he be there and wrestle there if he's already won the Royal Rumble? Unless it's for a championship, but I don't think that's gonna happen if he's won the Rumble. So, but with that being said, so I feel like John Cena win the Royal Rumble is probably out of all the guys I've named, John Cena probably has the highest chance. But still, I'm not leaning towards like if I were to make a bet on this, I would not say John Cena's gonna win. I would. That's my reasoning for it. He's gonna find a way to put somebody over, and not. He's just not going to let. The dude has no ego. Basically, we want him to turn to Super Cena, but he's not gonna do it. So now, Randy Orton. That's another guy I'm gonna talk about. I feel like he's a dark horse. He might return at the Rumble and win it all. That would be his third Royal Rumble win, putting him in company with only Stone Cold Steve Austin, the only other guy to win three Royal Rumbles ever. So if Randy Orton does win this, then we know that he's going for Cody, of course. Maybe he goes for Gunther. I feel like we all want to see Randy versus Cody, and you'd waste a Royal Rumble opportunity if you don't go for this storyline. So, Randy versus Cody has to happen eventually at some point. There's no way it does not happen, right? It's got to happen at some point. Doesn't matter when it happens, where it happens, it's going to happen. That's inevitable. So, we got to, if Randy wins the Rumble, don't waste this Rumble by putting him against Gunther. Or rather, have this Rumble mean something and put him against Cody. So if they give him that third Rumble win, I feel like it's gonna elevate his legend status a bit. It's gonna elevate his GOAT status, and this could build to John Cena versus Randy Orton at like SummerSlam or something, where Cena wins the title and gets number 17. Randy at this point would be number 15, and I feel like, honestly speaking, I could see both Randy and Cena tie for the 17 championships once both of them are done with their careers. But yeah, basically, I feel like Randy would win. This seems logical. It makes a lot of sense. I'm not sure if they're going to give him that third win or not, though. It's a very possible 50-50, honestly speaking. Few other names. I mean, I got to talk about Drew McIntyre's chances to win it. If Drew McIntyre wins this, he's got to. That means they're pulling the trigger on his championship run, his good championship run that he never got. We were building towards it at some point in 2024 after he lost. He got cashed in on. Never happened because of the CM Punk feud, but he's back now, and I would say this time he deserves to have his happy moment and have a good run. It's inevitable that he gets a title run in the first place. We saw a hint being there that he faces Cody. We saw hints being placed that he could go for the World Heavyweight Championship. He's I don't know if he's fought Gunther for it or not. I'm not too sure if he's fought Gunther for the championship. Not that I remember. So he's eligible to fight Gunther, and he's also eligible to fight Cody. All of this would depend on who wins the Elimination Chamber. If it's Cena, then yeah, Drew McIntyre is going to face Cody because you can't have the bad guy versus bad guy, good guy versus good guy thing, right? We want to avoid that. So Cena and Gunther, Cody and Drew. I could see Drew win this, but I just feel like WrestleMania is not the place for him to win the title. Um, just because of the fact that it's so stacked with people like Rock possibly showing up to Mania, with John Cena going to be there, possibly winning a championship. Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, they're all in the mix. So I feel like Drew McIntyre might not get to that spot. I'm not too sure, honestly, But I feel like I could see McIntyre win the Rumble for sure. I just don't know if he's gonna win or not. Like I wouldn't bet against it. Like I haven't thrown him out the question. I gotta say he's definitely gonna have a very important role in the match. I don't know if he wins or not though. Then one more person I gotta talk about is Logan Paul. Okay, here's the thing. I would hate this. Logan Paul's very good in the ring. He's a solid wrestler. As a WWE wrestler, he's very good. But he's a guy who's been. He only shows up at the main pay per views like Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble. That's like the only pay per views he's actually showing up at, and he says he's gonna be full time. But still, if you give Logan Paul the Royal Rumble win here, you're basically again same thing as if The Rock won it. You're giving a lot of deserving people the backseat here. If Logan Paul wins the Elimination Chamber, I feel like I would be cool with that personally speaking. Then he goes over at WrestleMania faces Gunther. It's bad guy versus bad guy. You're it's all right, I guess, but in the end, it doesn't even have to main event then, because Logan Paul and Gunther are both not really main event type guys. If it's Gunther and Cena, it's main eventing. If it's Gunther and Paul, we can give it the first match to open out the show, right? We can do that. But Logan Paul versus Gunther is what they're going towards, according to reports. If Logan Paul wins the Rumble, I feel like that's going to be a wasted opportunity. If he wins the title, I feel like it has potential. I just don't. I feel like he's got to wait in line a bit more, before we can actually say that he's going to be. His U.S. Championship run was not bad, but he only defended the title like 4 times, and he's a mid card champion. So if he becomes a world champion, he's not going to defend it at all. If he is full time, then yeah, for sure, go for it. But we just got to make sure he's going to be full time before we can even consider him being a world champion. We saw how the mid card championship run went, right? So, I mean, you got to make sure he's going to be full time, like any of the other deserving people. And I feel like a lot of just about everybody would want to have John Cena in that place, winning at Mania rather than Logan Paul. But I've heard that Logan Paul is the opponent for Gunther at WrestleMania as of right now. I'd say have that match at Elimination Chamber because in ring wise it's going to be a banger, promo wise it's going to be a banger. But to have that WrestleMania match feels unfair to just about everybody else in contention for the title. But it's a possibility that if that's happening, they could to get Logan Paul more heat, make him win the Rumble, and I don't know how that's gonna work. I feel like the fans wouldn't like it, but that's definitely a possibility. So we gotta talk about that, of course. Um, and I think entering at number 30 is gonna be honestly it could be Logan Paul. It could be Logan Paul. Um, but that's the thing. Number 30 is always someone who is going to get the crowd hyped. Logan Paul is not going to really get the crowd cheering. He's going to get them booing. But I would say that, maybe John Cena enters at number 30. Roman Reigns enters at number 30. Or it's a surprise guy. Brock Lesnar. I feel like Brock Lesnar could return. That would be very cool if Brock Lesnar does return. There's a whole lot of things that we can do here. Number 30, I got to say, is either going to be someone like Randy Orton, maybe. Maybe it's Brock Lesnar. Uh, maybe it's The Rock. I don't think it's anyone who's been announced though. I don't think John Cena or Roman Reigns are going to be number 30. Maybe 29 and 28, but not 30. I feel like 30 is going to be a surprise entrant, and I feel like the winner is going to be Randy Orton. That's my official prediction. Randy Orton returns and wins. So maybe Randy Orton comes at number 30, maybe number 27 because that's a overall pretty good, pretty lucky number. But anyways, now this video is getting very long, so I'm gonna end it right here. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below, and bye bye.